Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? Spent a little time outside. We didn't really do any movie reviews at John's. I do some out here now. Because I did because one of the other buddies were hanging out, and then he's not really into it, the other stuff. I wanted to review season 5 of The Conners. Now, everyone remembers what happened. Whenever, I can tell you the whole story behind Roseanne. I remember seeing Roseanne. I mean, you know, Roseanne's not part of the Conners at all. Yeah, I remember seeing Roseanne Barr on Star Search, along with Rosie O'Donnell. I didn't like either one of them, and she did damn domestic cat and stuff like that. And I was still not a fan of Roseanne Barr for a long time. And then I remember renting a Rodney Dangerfield comedy thing. She did a thing at the beginning where she took him to the divorce court or something like that. I thought she was okay in that, so I was like, okay, she was okay in that. And then there was much hype, because in Germany, we just had like one station, you know. It was the AFN Superstation. It took the best of each station. There'd be like mostly stuff from PBS, ABC, CBS, NBC, and it was on like a time delay. So I mean, if you wanted to watch football and baseball, it'd probably be like late at night, like 2 or 3 in the morning, because of the time difference. This is when I was stationed in Germany, Karlstadt, Germany. And then there'd be stuff from they show stuff from like Nickelodeon. They show they have stuff for kids. They show Nickelodeon. They show like Eureka's Castle, and you can't do that on TV and stuff like that. And Double Dare. And that's my introduction to Nickelodeon. 'Cause I always heard people talking about Nick at Night. And basically you'd have that, and they'd have like a line of talk shows at night. It'd be like Johnny Carson. No, it'd be Arsenio, then Johnny Carson, then Dave Letterman at nighttime. And just a mixture of stuff. And also stuff from Fox. And they will usually show like this Married with Children on there. Anyways, they had Entertainment Tonight, and Entertainment was really hyping it up about the new show called Roseanne that Roseanne was going to be in. And I remember they showed it at 8 o'clock on Monday. I might have missed the very first episode and watched the second episode with my buddy John. Not John. I mean Jeff. Jeff Moscone, he's the drummer who calls himself Moon Goose McQueen now. You know, it's kind of bizarre. Anyways, he wasn't. He was one of those people who hates TV and stuff like that. And but he loved it. He ran up really liking the show, so we would make a point to watch that. Watch Married with Children. And watch like Saturday Night Live or wrestling, because we both like wrestling. We watched the wrestling shows on there. And the Syndicate Wrestling Superstars was like a year behind. It was really weird. But they'd have like Monday night's main event on when it's supposed to be on. That would be on once a month on the NBC time slot, apart from Saturday Night Live. Well, anyways, that was a big hit show. And it went on for a long time. It was a huge hit. And it kind of, then they made a mistake of having them win the lottery. And then it kind of people lost interest in the show. So it sounded like they had way too much money and it wasn't fun anymore, I guess. Or audiences lost interest. Well, anyways, years back, 6-7 years back, they were doing the Roseanne reboot. I heard nothing about stuff about I heard a lot of stuff about the Roseanne reboot. I had to see it. People asked me, "Dude, you gotta review it. You gotta review it. You gotta review it." And I reviewed it. And I liked the show. And then it was so popular, they would show a blocks of reruns of the show. Like 2-hour block of reruns of the show, and it would do almost just as good. It was a ratings hit for ABC, and that's pretty much all they showed for the most part. And then it went on for a year. I think it went up for a second season or something like that. And then Roseanne tweeted something really stupid about this one person. I don't even remember who she is anymore. That's probably the most popular she's ever gotten, because I never heard of her But she did something, tweeted something that was politically incorrect, and then they fired her overnight. They canceled the show. They fired her, and all the cast members were mad and stuff like that. And then they decided to do like the Valerie Harper thing. Because I mentioned that before. No one remembers Valerie. Valerie Harper had a show called Valerie, hit show. Jason Bateman was in there. And then after a season or two, it was a hit show. I remember seeing it before I got in the Army. And I think what happened was she wanted too much money, so they actually fired her from the show. They said, I deserve more money. And they fired her from the show, and they turned it into like the Hogan family and the Hogans, or Valerie's family, or Hogan. I can't remember. It had a couple different titles. With Valerie, Sandy Duncan replacing her, and she looked really good, so. I remember seeing Jeremy and me went, I said, damn, she looked good. And when someone said she had a glass eye, I didn't know that. I think JB said that in live she had a glass eye. Well, anyways, they did the same thing with the Connors. They said, we're going to just keep it with the cast members. And some people were like, I ain't watching it without Roseanne or something like that. I still have fasted with the cast members. Especially Johnny Goodman. So good. And they had new cast members too, or like their life, like 20, 30 years later, they're in like their mid-30s or whatever. Like Becky and Darlene. Anyways, season 5 came about, and it's really good. And they have guest stars on there. They had like Sean Austin. Oh, they had I can't remember some people, but they had guest stars on the show. Oh, Whoopi Goldberg was on there. She was kind of a bitch on it. And it's still really good. I like the John Goodman stuff. And there's like serious parts, like, oh shit, did they really do that or say that? Like, it's a real family, and there's drama parts in it too. But there's lots of comedy bits in it. Some of the comedy seems forced though, but I still enjoy the show. Yeah, I still think it's a lot of fun. Some of the jokes seem a little overly cute, and they have like a little girl in there again, that Beverly Rose, doing like the whole thing with like the Cosby Show. They had like they had like the one Huxtable, and then they brought back Raven Simone in to play the little girl in there. But I still think the show's awesome. I really enjoyed it. I give it a 9 out of 10, just because some of the parts are a little too cutesy and forced, a little bit comedy bits in it, but for the most part, it's really good. Definitely worth watching. I still like it. Like some people say, I never watched it because Roseanne's not on. Well, when they started to show up, they said she died from that pill dependency she had that they had on that the reboot. But I still think the show is fantastic. I give it a 9 out of 10. So I hope you like the review. Till next time, please take care, my Legion.